Hi there, I'm Stephanie McCracken, and welcome back to the Frisco ISD podcast. Today, I'm happy to engage with Ami and Jean to discuss the benefits of working in Frisco ISD. We also have an upcoming job fair on May 29th. Listen to hear about the exclusive opportunities available to employees. Oh, and stay tuned after our episode to hear about the latest news from around the district. Welcome, Ami and Jean.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Frisco ISD has an outstanding reputation as a destination district for students, but it's also a destination district for educators. If someone wants to get their foot in the door with the district, how should they get started?
So first, I would start with applying and visiting our district website. Check out the website to see what positions that are open, which positions that you feel you're most qualified for and that you're most interested in, and fill out the application. That's going to get your name and your resume and your information to all the hiring managers and principals throughout the district and give you a great opportunity to get your foot in the door. Now, if you don't want to work full-time in the district yet, there's also the opportunity to be a sub in our district through ESS. So you can work with ESS to be a sub as a classroom teacher or as an instructional aide. And the great thing about that, you get to sub, or you'll have the opportunity to sub in elementary, middle school, and high school throughout the district and get a really great taste of the different campuses throughout the district. Now, if you're thinking about getting into teaching and you're a student observer or going to be student teaching, Frisco ISD has on their website lots of opportunities for you to apply to be a student observer or a student teacher. And that's a really great way to become part of a school culture and work with our teachers to help support students on campus each and every day. I really encourage people looking to become teachers to take that route whenever possible. Now, I know you mentioned, Stephanie, the job fair. That's a great way to get your foot in the door and also get face-to-face time with different hiring managers and principals. Our next one's March 29th from 9 to 11:30 at Memorial High School. Then lastly, just making sure you're networking with people to build those relationships and professional connections. The more you can kind of put a face to the name when you're trying to get your foot in the door, whether it be by subbing, being a student observer, going to job fairs, establishing those networks are really important to build connections.
That's great info. Do you have any tips on getting interviews on the campuses?
Often I get asked that by candidates coming out of college. One of the things I always share with them is researching the campuses that they're most interested in joining, checking out their school website, checking out their Twitter, Instagram feeds, finding out the things that are really important to the school and school site and making sure that their values are aligning with that. Again, also making sure the application is submitted. Attending our job fairs, like we mentioned, is super important, but also check your email. Whatever email you list as a contact on your resume or your job application, please be responsive to those emails. Make sure you're responding in a timely manner. So this way you don't miss an opportunity to possibly interview for a position. Also, when you're thinking about your resume, thinking about the experiences that are aligned to the position that you're looking for. So if you're a student teaching, well, make sure you have your certification that you have or pending certification there. If you're interested in coaching, list that. If you're interested in sponsoring clubs, think about listing that. Don't forget listing the key evidence that you've done in your student teaching. So if you've been really instrumental in working with your instructional coach to develop differentiated lessons for guided reading, well, then list that and think about trying to list information that's going to make you stand out among all the other candidates. And when you're thinking about your references that you'd want to have, think about your current supervisors or past supervisors. Think about your clinical teacher supervisor, your mentor teacher supervisor. Have references that are going to help to highlight why you're a great candidate for the job that you're seeking. Also, when you're going to job fairs, be prepared. Have your resume, have multiple copies of your resume, of course. Dress professionally, let your personality show. Think about that little elevator pitch when you go up to a principal or a hiring manager to share information about yourself. Offer them your resume, talk to them a little bit, ask them some questions that you might have pre-prepared just to have a general conversation. Then you also want to utilize your resources. Many of the universities have great career centers. They do resume reviews, mock interviews. They even offer opportunities for students to borrow clothing for interviews. So take advantage of all those resources so that you're the most prepared to have an interview on campus.
What do we look for in a candidate?
In Frisco ISD, we hire many teachers. However, we hire positions that support students outside the classroom as well. This could be security, custodial, child nutrition, transportation, lots of various positions. Again, I'd point you back to the Frisco ISD website to really find the positions that you're most suited for. But when looking at candidates, there's lots of factors we consider. Some of those transcend beyond all positions. One of those is collaboration, that ability to work with other team members to solve today's problems and future ones. How do you show innovation? How do you work together in a collaborative way to make sure that you're continuously moving forward for progress? Thinking about your experiences and how those align with the position that you're seeking. If you're a brand new teacher out of college or transitioning to a classroom from an alternative certification program, what previous experience has prepared you for your very own classroom? Think about student teaching, long-term sub positions, positions as a classroom aide. Build those items into your resume and application to give you the experience to not only make you marketable in the position, but also make you successful when you get the job. Experienced teachers, you can add all the various grade levels that you've taught, leadership positions that you have at your current campuses, all the different things that make you a true attribute to our school. When we also look at for candidates, we think about expertise in an area, right? So when you're thinking about teaching, what are the most effective methods that you've mastered that prepared you for the position? For teachers, I'm thinking instructional strategies. What do you use to engage your students? What can you share in interviews when you're trying to demonstrate that you have an ability to really captivate students, make them engage, make them communicate with each other, and also checking for understanding throughout the lesson. There's lots of different qualifications that you can really have, but making sure that you have that well-balanced resume to really help you get an interview and then also demonstrate that in the interview process. Those are some of the considerations when reviewing positions for candidates. I encourage all the candidates to search up the words Frisco ISD Future Ready Educator Profile, and that's going to outline some key traits that really all of our amazing teachers in our district have and demonstrate daily.
That is really great insight. If someone's looking to make a career change and join the teaching profession, do you have any recommendations on how they should go about that?
That's a great question, as oftentimes we have a lot of paraprofessionals that are doing that very thing. So one of the things we encourage them to do is to determine the pathway of what they're going to take. For instance, if they already have a teaching certification, then you can apply for a position. You're ready to get hired. You just need to get hired at a school site. So you want to apply on the webpage. If you have a bachelor's degree, but you don't have your teaching certification, then you'll want to research an alternative certification company that can help partner with you to get your certification. And as you're working with these programs, you can still apply for a position, because once you complete certain portions of the program, you'll be eligible to get your statement of eligibility to be a teacher in not just Frisco ISD, but really any district across the state. And alternative certification pathways are really a trending increase as far as candidates throughout the state. Lastly, I'd also say gaining experience through substitute teaching is super important. Applying for positions as a classroom aide or paraprofessional is really important to really make sure when you're making the transition to the teaching profession, that's something that you really enjoy doing. And it's going to give you that hands-on everyday experience, whether it be through subbing or being a paraprofessional in a classroom, and making sure that as you take this step into a new career, that this position is really truly suited for what you're looking for, to give back to students and give back to the community. I highly encourage anyone that's looking to make that transition path into a teaching position, or if you have a certification that you have, but you're currently out of the classroom, to re-engage in the process. Working with kids is probably one of the most rewarding things you can do, and Frisco ISD is a fantastic place to do it.
As you stated, we hire more than just teachers. We are looking for roles in transportation, custodial services, child nutrition, paraprofessionals, and more. So what benefits do we have as a district that make us unique?
So what I love about Frisco ISD is that we are taking a holistic approach to our benefit offerings. So we're looking at the mental, physical, and financial when we're looking at what we can offer employees. So when you say unique, and we're looking beyond the obvious unique, like pet insurance that we added this last year, we have a wide array of benefits, from our standard dental and vision to things like legal and identity theft. This past year, we also added our employer-paid life insurance. And then with our standard plans, we're really trying to make them benefit rich. Next year, we're adding long-term care benefit to our voluntary life plan. We're increasing our newborn benefit on our hospital plan, because that's one of the most utilized plans that we have. We're really trying to anticipate the needs of the employees. We're going to be adding an accident plan that allows for organized sports, so families have one less worry, like if your kids play football or soccer, for example. We offer free financial advising with FinPath, retirement match. And then I think the thing that really sets us apart is our employee clinic.
Ooh, that does sound like a really huge benefit. Tell me a little bit more about the employee clinic.
So the FISD Employee Clinic is a free acute care clinic for full-time employees that's run by Andrews Institute of Children's Health. So if you go there, your health records are confidential. It's open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. for walk-ins or appointments. You don't need insurance at all to be seen for minor illnesses and injuries like sinus infections, UTI, strep or flu tests, bruises or small cuts, and then initial MSK visits like a small sprain. We also have a free virtual clinic that can be used for similar illnesses. You can find a lot more information on this and the code to utilize a virtual clinic on our wellness site via the employee portal.
So it really sounds like FISD values health. How do you also support the mental health of employees?
Yeah, mental health is so important, especially these days. We're taking as many steps as possible. We offered the wellness days this year. We have our EAP, the Employee Assistance Program, that offers free counseling sessions. We offer a telehealth plan that is really focused on mental health. It offers unlimited behavioral health for the employee and family. We offer gym reimbursements, and then we also on our website have community resources that offer other mental health resources for a low cost or for free to employees.
So remind me again how to apply for a job with the district. How does someone apply?
So they'd go to the Frisco ISD website, click on the employment tab, and from there they just scroll down and search for current openings. From there they'll just go through and identify what opening they want to apply for, and then they may, if it's the first time they're applying, they may have to create a username and login information. If not, they just log in and they go and start applying for positions that they feel they're most qualified for.
Awesome info, Ami and Jean. I appreciate you taking the time to tell us about the great offerings within Frisco ISD. Stick around for the latest news update from around the district.
Here's a look at news from around the district. It's the end of the school year, and nearly 5,400 graduates took the stage this past weekend and completed their time as students here in Frisco ISD. Congratulations to the class of 2024, and best wishes as you continue on with your next steps of life. As you might have heard, Frisco ISD will be hosting a job fair on May 29th from 9 to 11:30 at Memorial High School. The district is looking to fill a variety of positions such as teaching, child nutrition, and more. We encourage